So some tech giants, one of which is Elon Musk, has proposed an idea to construct data centers that orbit around the Earth. And this way it solves a couple of problems. It's its own independent power grid because it's got the big solar panels and it gets solar energy, and that would power the system. Plus, it's not like I said, it's not sucking up the current power grid, which is aging and needs to be updated. But also, it takes those data centers that are annoying to a lot of people. I mean, they're very bright, they make a lot of noise, and it takes them off the planet. Now, there are a lot of challenges to this. So the article I'm referencing here doesn't think it's a good idea. They're calling anyone who thinks it's a good idea suffering from psychosis. Certainly, there are engineering challenges. Like, for example, if you produce if you're using that much electricity, it produces a lot of heat, and you need to have a cooling system. To have a cooling system in space of something that large, given the fact that it's a vacuum of space, you'd have to use different materials. You'd have to use different liquids other than water to actually make this work. And it would be an engineering feat, to say the least, to do something like this. There are the one really big advantage, and that is solar panels in space are a lot more efficient than they are on Earth because you don't have the weathering of space, plus you don't have an atmosphere that blocks solar radiation. So they're able to get, a lot more, if you will, bang for their buck using solar panels in space other than trying to do them here on Earth. I think it's a good idea. And the article says I have psychosis. But that kind of technology, there's different versions, like engineering versions of this technology, but that kind of technology would be a huge leap forward as far as being able to do things in space. So Elon Musk talks about going to Mars. If you can do something like this, you make it profitable. If you can actually turn a buck to do this. And again, that's another issue because a lot of these data centers are not really profitable. But if you can make money, if you can do this, if Elon Musk can make this profitable, okay, it's a piece of technology that then can be carried forward to do space travel. They can do a lot of other things. You can actually generate a lot of power this way. If you have a massive, something not quite like a Dyson sphere, but like a snippet of that concept. If you have a huge solar farm in space and you're able to do some kind of infrared beaming of the energy back on Earth, that would cut out a lot of stuff. Like I said, it's a huge engineering challenge to do something like that, and it would take a lot of resources to do, but there are certain advantages of doing that. So, am I suffering from psychosis? I wouldn't say that. Certainly there's engineering challenges. Maybe it's one of those ideas that looks great if you don't have the math involved. Somebody would say that I'm just someone who can't do math, but I think conceptually it's actually a really good idea. So Elon Musk vows to do it. Will he do it? We don't know, because sometimes he doesn't do what he says he's going to do. But if it's worth pursuing, if the math checks out, this is a huge undertaking, but I think there'd be huge benefits to doing something like this.